Hello, my darlings. So, the topic for today is how can I manifest better? Why are my manifestations not coming into fruition? Okay, so I'm going to tell you here's rule number one. This is the most important thing, that you get back what you put out. So, if you put out this want, this need, like I really want this thing, I really need this thing, and you put it out, good, that's wonderful. You've sent that out. But what follows it up? Is there a feeling of doubt that comes? Because that is an emotion too. And that frequency of doubt also gets sent out into the universe and it comes back to you. Now, here's the thing about manifesting. Some people are really good at it because of their belief. Maybe they manifested one time and it happened really quick and they thought, oh, I can do that again. Why? It just keeps on building up that feeling of belief and that feeling of expecting it to come to you. Now, if you're like, well, I could manifest this, but anytime that I say that I want that, it doesn't come to me. Well, just feel what that feels like as you just say that. Anytime that I do this, it doesn't come to me. How does that feel? Now, I'm not saying that's not the truth. It's definitely the truth. I mean, if you're saying that, it's because it's the truth. But I want you to notice how that feels. Now, what you've done when you say, I can manifest this, but this hasn't happened in the past, what are you expecting? Through that statement, you have told me what you're expecting. You've expected it to not come. You've expected the past to repeat itself. So what is going to happen? Here's what I'm going to tell you about this. You do not know that tomorrow something absolutely wonderful will not happen and that you won't get that thing. You don't know that maybe this amazing and wonderful thing is coming for you, but you guarantee that it won't come to you and that it won't happen for you when you expect the past to repeat itself and when you speak about it and when you believe that what happened yesterday is going to happen again here today. Like, well, it's never happened to me before, so why would it happen now? Those words are guaranteeing that it's not going to happen for you. So there's many things that need to be done. First of all, the reason why you're expecting the past to repeat itself and you're expecting the same thing to happen again tomorrow is because of the past. So you're basing your current reality on experiences from the past. So now, just for a minute here, just pretend that your past doesn't exist. Like, let's just pretend that you had a totally different experience in the past than what you actually did. What would you then be expecting in your life? Let's say that anytime that you thought of something, anytime that you wanted something, you got it. What would that experience be like? If you just could believe wholeheartedly that what you want is going to come to you, that belief will get you what it is that you want because you expect it to happen. Now, our expectations are always realized. So if I'm expecting, this reaction from this person over here or something like that, what's going to happen? I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. If I get something else, well, I might be surprised, I might be shocked, but I'm going to get it. Now, since I know that what I expect I'm going to get, shouldn't I just expect something better for myself? And you might say, yeah, but I'm not expecting anything better because I've never had it before, so I don't know what it's like. And I will tell you again, with an attitude like that, you are guaranteeing that you're not going to have it, that you're not going to get that better thing because of the way that you're speaking and the way that you're thinking, but really the reason why you're doing that is because there's an underlying belief there. And it could come from anything. It could be like, that just doesn't happen to me. It could be like, I'm not deserving of it. I'm not worthy of it. There's hundreds, if not millions of different reasons why you and your subconscious mind might justify you not being able to have that thing. And every single one of those beliefs that are there that are attached to that is what is blocking that manifestation from coming into your life. Plain and simple as that. So when there's something that you really want, when there's story time, here's a story time. I was young. I was like 19, 20, something like that. I needed money for rent. I'm guessing my rent was due the next day. Bit of a procrastinator here, so I would have been holding out till the last minute. Rent's due the next day. I remember it was either like $78 or $79. I'm going to work that day. So I go to work. Before I go to work, I pray. I say, God, this is exactly how much money I need. Thank you. I need this money. I go to work. It's slow. I'm not making money like I normally would. I was working at Red Lobster. I was making good tips back then. But it's not coming to me. End of the shift, middle end of the shift. This guy comes up to me. Now this guy, I always just thought of him kind of like, you know, the dad you never had, just such a great, wonderful guy, maybe even like a grandpa, older man. And he would come in, he would usually sit in my section, but my section had been full that day. So he went and he sat in another section. I didn't even know that he was in the restaurant. He's leaving, he's finished his meal. He comes up and he comes to say hi to me because he hadn't got to sit in my section. He said, "Hey, I just wanted to give you this. God told me that I needed to give this to you here today." And he gave me some money. He wasn't even in my section. Gave me some money. I didn't count it. I don't even know how much it was. I just took it and I added it to all the money that I had there. You know, I'm like, thank you. What? This is weird. This totally came out of nowhere. You know, amazing, awesome, such a nice person. Was not expecting this at all. I go and I cash out. Guess how much money I made? Exactly to the dollar, the amount that I needed. It was either $78 or $79, and I'm cashing out, and I got exactly what I had asked for. Why? Because I believed it. And the reason why I believed it was because, so now in the past, if ever I had prayed for something, I always had that faith of knowing like, well, no, if we were told, if we asked and we believe, then we're going to get it. So I was like, there's the formula. They already told us, ask, believe it. Then you get what you want. It's really that simple. It's really as simple as that. Believing. The issue is the doubt, which I didn't have any doubt. Because why would I have doubt? I was told God loves me, and that all I have to do is ask for something and believe that I will receive it, and I will receive it. And so that is what I did, and that was the result that I would get every single time. It is exactly the same for manifesting. But sometimes when we are doing this manifesting, it is from a selfish place, right? That time when I was asking for rent money, it was from a self-serving place. I needed that money for myself. It was provided to me. But we could also get really greedy with our manifestations, and we can be like, I want. And we could put it all centered on self. Then what's going to happen? Well, we haven't generated the karma that we need to receive, because if you want to receive, you must first give. This is the reason why, you know, as long as I'm getting good service, I'm going to tip way above and beyond what is expected. Why? Because I can bless this person with that, and I know it's going to come back to me. I can help this person, I can give, and I expect I'm giving, I'm going to get things given to me. And that's exactly what happens. But I'm giving, and I'm not doing it from a selfish place. I'm giving in a, here, I can give you this, but also knowing this is going to also serve me. So when we generate this karma, let's say that you want something, and you really want it, like, well, I just wish somebody would come up and they would give me that extra however much money for my rent. Okay. What type of feeling comes along with that? Is there a feeling of, oh, well, I don't have, this doesn't happen to me, this thing, okay, well, what's going to happen? You're not going to get it because you're putting out the I don't have vibe. You're putting that feeling out there, and so the universe goes, okay, this is what she likes. I don't have. We can do a whole lot more of I don't have, because that's what you're putting out. And so it's just responding to what you're given. Whereas, let's say that you get some extra money, and you're like, I can bless somebody else with this. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna put this expectation in here that when I give this to this person, like I wish would be done for me, in a similar situation, I'm gonna get it back. And you can give it, and once you give, then you can receive. If you want to receive, you must first give. And now you might say, all I do is give, and I haven't received back. Well, sometimes karma's not instant. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for you to see the results, but you've got to stay in that higher vibration frequency. Now, if you have given and you've done all these things and you're like, it is still not happening for me, then look at yourself and examine your life. Are you stuck in anger? Are you stuck in resentment? Do you sit there? Do you make fun of people? Do you gossip about people? Do you criticize and condemn? Do you have a lot of jealousy? Do you have any of those negative, lower vibrational feelings inside of you? Because if you do, this is reaping and sowing. This is cause and effect. This is karma. This is what you're putting out. You're going to get things like that back reflected in your own life, because the universe goes, oh, look at that anger. Oh, they like it. I'm going to give them more stuff so that they can keep that anger, because they obviously like it. That's what they're putting out. And you get more things. Oh, you like resentment? Oh, perfect. I can give you some more of that. You like to be disappointed in other people? Oh, perfect. I'm going to bring you so many people. You're going to be so disappointed in all these people because you're telling me this is what you want. And you're like, no, I'm not saying that's what I want. But the universe doesn't understand the language that you're speaking. The universe understands language in terms of vibration and in terms of frequency and in terms of output. So just think about this. Let's say you're really pissed at somebody, you're angry, you got resentment in you. Notice what parts of your body tense up and what tighten up when you think about that person. Think about that tension and that tightness. Now, anytime that you feel this tension, this stress that you're putting inside your body, like I can feel it right here. If I even just say those words, I can feel it in here. I can feel it in my arms. I've tightened up myself. What have I done by indulging in this resentful thought? I'm not even resentful towards anybody. I'm just speaking about it, and I can physically feel where it's being held in my body. Through a thought, through the spoken word, I'm feeling this. So what happens when I feel this is I have now tightened myself up. And by tightening myself up, I have closed off all of the good and wonderful gifts that are meant to flow to me. I've immediately stopped them. I do this anytime that I hold this tightness and that I hold this tension and that I hold fear or expectations of negative things in my life. It has caused tension inside my body, and it has caused the world essentially to be pushed away. And you might be like, well, I want to push the world away. Trust me, you don't want to push the world away. When you do that, when you tighten yourself up, when you do this, when you tense it, you're pushing away not just the things that you don't want. Those things are just going to keep coming. And through that tension, you're showing the universe, I like feeling this way, and it's going to give you more things that are going to make you feel that way. But when you let go and you go with the flow, this is why meditating is so helpful, because in this moment when you're meditating, your whole body becomes relaxed. It becomes at peace. You essentially, what the goal is, whether anyone's told you this before or not, the goal of meditation is to let go of that tension, that resistance that's there inside of your body. It's to let it go, because any tension or resistance means we're pushing away. And so as soon as we let go of that tension and that tightness, oh, well, then good, wonderful things can flow into our life. And this is how we can get really good at manifesting. When we stay in this state all the time, this really calm, relaxed, open state, oh, well, we can manifest all kinds of things all the time. Anytime that you want to, you can just speak it and say it, and it's going to come to you right there, provided that you do not doubt. That's all that it is a belief that is attached to something where there's zero doubt. You are expecting it. So expect something different. When you expect the same thing to happen tomorrow is what happened today, is what happened the day before, you're going to get it. Your expectations become realized. But if you expect something different to happen, you're going to get something different that's going to happen. So when we're talking about manifesting, this is why I say it's so important to cleanse away all of these things that you've had in the past, to heal all of these past traumas. And by that, I mean anything bad that has happened that has caused you that negative tightness or that tension inside of your body. Anything that has caused that inside of your body means that you're not trusting that the divine has given you those horrible things in your life to make you stronger, to make you more powerful, that these negative things that happen in your life were actually a gift for you, to help you to learn, to grow, to have these lessons. It is when you can perceive your life in a different way, everything for you begins to change. All it takes is perception change of, this person did me wrong and these person disappointed me and I would never do that to somebody and I can't even believe that this horrible thing has happened. What happens when you're focused on those things? What happens in your body? Just pay attention to your body. Notice how upset and how worked up you would get, how you could feel the stress and this tension inside your body. Well, what's happening? You're pushing that out into the universe, and it's going, okay, here you go. I'm going to give you so much more of that. This is what you want. You're attaching a really powerful emotion to it. You must want more of it. Where? is when you can practice meditation and mindfulness and get yourself into that place of peace. So everybody does meditation different. You might be like, I don't even know how to meditate. I can't even do it. This is what I like guided meditations. Because if you're like, my mind is too busy for that, I can't sit there and nothing, that's totally fine. You'll get there, but you're not going to get there by not attempting it in the first place. And you're not going to get there by just quitting and just giving up. And you're not going to get there if you don't deal with those things. Because the things that are popping up, the things that are keeping your mind all focused on them and all busy, well, if we just actually heal these things, which is what I do with the Real Healing Institute, when we heal these things, then all of a sudden, my clients tell me, I've never felt this calm in my life. I feel completely different. I'm happier. I feel better about myself. I just feel different. And why? It all came from healing those past traumas. That's all that we do, that we take this feeling, this tension that's there in your body, because we want to get rid of it. I know how these things work. So I'm assisting you in this process. We don't even talk about manifesting in our sessions. It's not even part of it, but I know that that's the results. I know that that's the work that we're doing. So when you take this tension and this tightness that's in your body and you follow it back to where it comes from, and then we heal these traumas here. These are just things that shifted our belief to something negative, to something fearful, rather than loving. Sometimes about ourselves, maybe up until we were 7, we didn't even think about anything. We thought we were just fine. We were good enough. And then all of a sudden something happened at school and somebody said something to you and it made you question yourself. And you're like, oh, maybe I don't fit in. Maybe these people don't like me. Maybe I'm not good enough. And then that belief stuck with you. And then all of a sudden now you're like, well, I know I don't feel good enough. And you might have 70,000 reasons why now that you justify this. But it all came from something that happened when you were 7. Or maybe it happened when you were 4 or when you were 3. Maybe it even happened in the womb. But something happened and that belief stuck there. Now what happens when you have this is that tension, it comes up throughout the day. And the reason why it's coming up is because it is giving us an opportunity to let it go and to heal it. So it's saying here, like people who have real bad anxiety and depression, their subconscious mind is saying, honey, you got to do something about this. And that feeling is there because it wants you to address it. So what I do is I take that feeling. We would take that feeling, whatever it happens to be, we would feel it. We sit in it. We don't avoid it. We don't pour booze on it. We don't drink it away. We don't smoke it away. We don't do any of those things. We feel it for a few minutes. We follow it back to where it comes from. We release it. We actually let it go in the session. Like you will actually be able to feel it leave, pouring out of your body. You'll be able to feel that you have let it go. You will know that you have subconsciously let it go, and therefore consciously in your life, it goes and it's gone. And when we do this and we keep doing this with all of these different things, with the anger and the resentment, and that person that you need to forgive, and this, and it's all about changing the perspective. It's all about healing it. It's all about seeing the blessing and the lesson, but truly seeing it at a deep subconscious level. When we do this, then all of a sudden you're like, this thing happened to me, this amazing miracle thing happened to me, and all this good stuff just happened to me, and all these people are asking me to do this and all that, and these are all things that I want to do, and all these wonderful people have just come into my life. And it's a wonderful thing because our visible reality changes, transforms right in front of our very eyes. Now, I'm not saying that this necessarily happens overnight and you're going to wake up tomorrow living in a castle, but that is possible. But what I'm saying is through this gradual process of mentally cleansing your mind, gaining so much more control of your mind, you no longer allow yourself to indulge in those lower frequency thoughts, those negative thoughts, because by indulging in them, you're telling the universe that you want that, and it's giving you more of that because it believes you want them. But when you don't allow your thoughts to get out of control, and when you have so much mental control, mind power, mind control, then you get to, through your choice, this is free will. You can choose to live in heaven. And when you choose to live in heaven, everything starts to look different. Everything becomes more beautiful. You're going to find whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you're looking for, it's in heaven. So you're going to see strange and amazing and wonderful things, and you're going to expect to see them and to experience them in your visible reality because you've chosen through your free will to only allow your thoughts and your actions and your words to align in a heavenly way. And therefore, you're expecting yourself to have this heavenly experience. And therefore, your focus has shifted away from that old negativity on to the new way. And then everything changes. And through your own choosing, through your own choice of having that mind control, everything begins to visibly change in your life. And it's a wonderful thing. So that's how you manifest. Anyways, that was my little talk today, of course. 20 minutes, good there again. Love you guys. Thank you for your likes and your shares and your comments. If there's a topic you want to talk about, type it down there below. I know you guys have given me good ideas, and I really wanted to talk about a past life that I had, but I don't want to talk about, I don't want to speak, I don't want to align my thoughts or my actions or my words with anything perceivably negative, because I don't want to create that in my life. So there's some things that I just want to share with you guys desperately, but that I just can't, because those actions and words and thoughts just don't align with what I want to create in my heavenly existence. And I love living in heaven. You guys are part of it, and it's wonderful. And if you're seeing this video and you still happen to be here, I do truly appreciate you so much. I really, really love you guys. If you haven't yet checked out the Mental Cleanse series, here it's totally free. It can help you. This is like groups. If I was like to put on a group, it's very similar to that. So if you have anger or sadness or guilt or like whatever it happens to be, go check it out. There'll be a video for that. Sit there, listen. Do not listen while you're driving. This is a hypnosis therapeutic practice. So you need to listen, don't fall asleep, do what's being asked of you, and visualize, heighten all the colors and the sounds and the smells and the tastes and everything that's in there. And it's just there for you guys, to help you guys with this process. I love you all. If you guys don't read the Christ letters, you would love them. They're here on YouTube. They're free. You can read them. Just Google the Christ letters. You can read them for free. You can listen to them for free. It will change your life. Many of the things that I talk about here, the reason why I had my enlightenment was because of the Christ letters, is because of them. I study them. I love them. I know that it is the truth. I can hear it. It's so sweet. It tastes like candy in my ears when I hear it. And I just want to share that with you guys, because it will change your life completely. And it will take away any blame that you've put on anybody else, and it will see like, oh, this is fruition from, this thing that I did before, or this thing that I was really afraid that would happen, and then it happened. You will see that it's you that has done it through your thoughts and your actions and your words, and it's very liberating. It might suck to have that in your awareness at the start if you're not about personal growth, but it's a wonderful gift to the world. So I just want to make sure you guys all know about the Christ letters, because it's just absolutely wonderful. Anyways, I love you all so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.